Hello brothers and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be looking at patch 4.5 for Space Marine 2. A lot of cool new stuff, weapon updates and a brand new weapon. So let's jump in and let's have a look. Okay, so patch 4.5 is here, and we do get a couple of updates as well as the brand new primary weapon for the a couple of new classes, which is the new Neo Volkite pistol, which is pretty damn cool. So obviously there is quite a bit of love. So the pistol is the big thing. Everyone's talking about it, everyone's using it. I've done a couple of missions this morning with it on my Assault Marine. We're going to be doing a little bit more and looking at it later on in this video, looking at the perks, looking at the traits and everything else that the pistol does, and along with a little bit of gameplay footage of what the pistol is if you haven't yet seen it. But just a quick one, the Volkite pistol is a relatively new weapon system to 40k. It kind of come in with the Indominus box, I believe. We had a lieutenant with the shield, and it come with with the Neo Volkite pistol. Currently, right now in 40k, there is very few units that can actually use it. The lieutenants can use it. I believe a captain can use it, and they are available on the Blade Guard as well. But other than that, not many units can actually use this pistol. In Warhammer 30k, the Horus Heresy, you have full units with Volkite weaponry, ranging from small assault versions all the way up to heavier weapons, and even the mounted on tanks as well. So it's a big weapon in the Horus Heresy, but not so much currently in 40k. Maybe that will change as time goes on, but it's cool to see it being introduced into Space Marine 2. So we have a couple of balancing little things. Obviously these are for operational mode only. So the plasma is Incinerator, which is the classic weapon for the Hellblaster. Has had a couple of changes. So it's been slightly reduced amount of heat generated by normal and charged shot versions. Mastercrafted Alpha, Salvation of Baka Alpha, and Gathorma Crusade Alpha, and fixed a bug that would cause several versions not producing heat at all. So good. I like the plasma weaponry. It's kind of nice to see that getting fixed. The bolt rifle, sniper rifle, which is probably my favorite sniper rifle, firing rate increased from 50 to 60 rounds per minute. That's really good. And then the headshot bonus is increased from times 2 to times 2.5, which is good. I kind of feel especially against Chaos Space Marines, it wasn't doing as much damage as, say, the last Fusillade. So it's kind of nice to see that getting a little bit of a buff, especially with the old headshot department. See, the Oculus Bolt Carbine, the classic bolter for the Vanguard, scoped added, good, and headshot bonuses increased from times 1 to times 1.3. That might actually see this weapon being used a little bit more. I quite like running it on my Vanguard, to be completely fair. The melter gun is good, but you know, there's something nice about pumping around with a bolt carbine. The standard bolt carbine, or a small SMG, adjusted the damage fallout curve. Base damage increased by 50% for the first 10 meters. After that, the damage drops to the original pre-patch value. Cool. One weapon that I absolutely love, which is the auto bolt rifle, and that has got its maximum ammo increased by 1 magazine for each version. Good. It needs more ammo. It's basically a light support weapon, and it's good to see. So the general fix is fix the bug causing the unlocked DLC's cosmetic items to be locked again after a restart. For all those people that have rebought it, hopefully if you have ended up rebuying it to unlock it, they'll give you some form of refund for that. Fix the bug causing the sniper perk targeted shot not to work after swapping weapons. Fix the bug causing the sniper invisibility not getting removed after a shot in the rare cases. Fix the bug preventing a player from muting the other players in PvP. Several other perks not triggering correctly from enemy kills. And fix the bug that preventing certain weapon perks from triggering correctly when reaching a specific HP threshold. And then tech improvements, crash fixes and general stabilization improvements, fixed server disconnects on stable use connection. I'm sure the community will comment on that one if it has indeed been fixed, and general connectivity improvements. So all in all, it's a pretty standard patch, but obviously the main thing for this patch is the Volkite weaponry, and we're going to be looking in that in very shortly. So yes, the Volkite Culven, well, the Volkite pistol is here, and let's have a little look at it. So first things first, let's have a little look at the skins for the weapon. Obviously we can see we have a few. So we got the standard one, and then we've got the next one up, and then we've got the next one up, and then we start to get a little bit fancier, and a little fancier, and it gets very fancy, and then it basically looks a little bit different. So as we can see, we get the Master Crafted. It basically increases the fire rate by 1, and increases the magazine and the ammo reserve by 10 and 50, which is pretty decent. And then this one basically just increases it by +1. Quite honestly, I would probably be going alpha for this one. For the Artificer, you're going to be getting it by +2, and then increasing the ammo reserve by 20 and another 100, which is also really good. And then obviously this one just goes by +2. Again, I would probably go again the Salvation of Baka. And then finally for the Relic, you're going to be increasing it by 5. Brilliant. And you're going to be increasing that magazine capacity and the ammo reserve by 30 and 150. And then finally, you're just going to go for the Relic, increasing it by 5. For me, there is no real difference here. You're 100% going to be going for the ammo reserve, the magazine capacity and the ammo reserve, and still getting the +5 is always a good call. You know, it's always a good call. For the perks, you start off either taking damage increase by 10%, nice, or magazine size increased by 15% of the maximum. Now, obviously, if you're going to go into the alpha variant, you don't really need to increase the magazine size. You can, but you don't really need to because you're already getting that anyway. So I would probably go for the damage increase by 10%. For next, I would definitely follow it along. After a gun strike, this equipment instantly reloads. That is kind of good. But then after a gun strike, rates of thermal damage increase by 30% for 2 seconds. Now, this is probably a good one. A lot of people have talked about this online. They're kind of saying that it feels a little bit weak in regards to the gun striking. Obviously, this is the perk that you want for gun strikes. So maybe you will pop in on the magazine and then jump onto that and then take this one. So the maximum ammo reserve of this weapon is increased by 20, so you're even getting more ammo. You can then jump up and then get increased 10% against Terminus level enemies, which is kind of nice. And then Artificer level, Volkite discharge area expands by 20%, really cool. Or the Volkite discharge area expands by 20%. These are pretty much the same, so it doesn't really matter which way you go in. So you can hit that and then go there, or you can sort of stay along the top track if you really want to. Heated enemies cool down 25% slower. That's kind of nice. And the rate of thermal damage increased by 20%. I'm looking at the bottom tree is looking pretty decent from basically Master Crafted onwards for the additional damage, which is quite nice. So maybe taking that hit on the extra 15% might actually be worth it after all. And then into the Relic we have at the top. After killing Majoris level of enemy with a melee weapon, damage of Volkite discharge increased by 30%. If you're going to be playing something like a Vanguard or an Assault class and you are running the Volkite, that is going to be a really, really good perk to have. And then again, you have the exact same one in the bottom as well. And then finally, Volkite discharge damage increased by 25% and discharge areas increased by 25%. And the Volkite discharge in additional dealing normal damage and deals 25% thermal damage. So all in all, a pretty decent looking sort of weapon with some nice little builds that you're going to be able to do.
Infiltrate the refinery and complete demolitions deployment. Trigger detonation only when the main swarm has entered the plaza zone. Captain Akaram will coordinate our efforts.
So this is just a level 1. I'm fully tooled up Vanguard, so this is going to be no real issues. All in all, it seems to be quite a fun weapon. As you can see, everyone's basically using them. Ooh. Be interested to see what it does against Terminus level, like against something like a Carnivex or something like that. Not got much ammo. I'll grab the Gene Seed. Get these guys some... what level are these? 5 and 25. How did I end up with a melter gun? Alright, I ran out of ammo.
Ammunition here. Swapping out magazine.
This is a pure Vulkite weapon run.
Ordnance on me. Too quiet. Let me survey from a better vantage. We are inside the Astronaut. Tomasa, you need to acquire the Astronautano demolition codes required to deploy random ordnance. Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise. Magazine out. That covering fire. Keep them.
Is the Vulkite the answer to Zoanthropes? It could well be.
Next location. No turning back now. Walkway clear. The lifeblood of the Astronaut. Let us make good use of it.
Yeah.
Finished and ready.
It's got a decent amount of range on it. This is really quite good, actually. I mean, can I hit that from here? Yeah, that's pretty decent range on it. Never been attacked from there before. Oh wow, what the hell? Wow, the lag is bad here. Wow, hit me.
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up. The enemy are upon us. Behind me. The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark. No more rounds. Tending to my wounds. Jump pack refuel. Fresh magazine. You are clear to detonate. Cook those rotten bastards. I am going to enjoy watching these tyrannies ride in the flame. Orders reported in. Our operation was a success. Tyranid bioscience now 90% and fallen. Swarm annihilation confirmed. Excellent work. Move to extract.
So that's the new Volkite pistol. It's pretty decent. I actually quite enjoy using it. I definitely think that this weapon is going to be a little bit bonkers once you get it fully leveled up and all of the traits and everything in the perks that you need. It's pretty impressive. It's quite funny that everybody that can use it is literally using it, and 3 of them on a target. Warriors are just exploding, and it's pretty cool. All in all, patch 4.5 is pretty good. Quite liking it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes in a couple of weeks when we get December and we get the Dark Angel cosmetics as well as the new operation. A new operation to clear on lethal is always going to be nice. Yes, I now have my helmet. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm not one of those people who are posting memes because they got it before patch 4.1. But yeah, all done. So technically completed the game, quite happy. Yay. So yeah, all good. Yeah, so the next patch is going to be fun. Really look forward to it, and I'm going to enjoy leveling this. Kind of gives me an excuse to run my Vanguard. I'm already leveling my Assault and my Bulwark, so I've kind of I can level them and level up my Volkite at the same time, which is kind of nice. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So we'll be trying out some of the other changes with some of the other weapons, and generally just enjoying it. So yeah, so awesome. So if you like what I do, please like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Lots of content coming. Goodbye for now.